Hey, Mastermind members, hope you guys are well. Today, we're excited to announce an update to the TCC Trade Planner. It is now called the TCC Trade Planner Elite. It's got several new features in it. It goes in conjunction with our trade alerts. By the way, congratulations, you guys are doing awesome and amazing. I'm going to show you a new feature inside the TCC Trade Planner Elite, how you use it with the charts. I'm going to talk about a new feature also in the trade plan, so you can get right to the nitty-gritty details of each trade plan that we come out with. And then also as well, our public trade record. If you're looking at this, if you're not in the program yet, because I'm going to pop this video onto the YouTube channel, you can track our trades at trade.thecryptocode.com. You can take a look at all the trade plans that we do. Get in our Telegram group if you want to see when we call them out, but you have to be a Mastermind member to actually get the trades like we called out here today. So here's a new feature inside the trade tracker, everybody. Now when you're in the trade tracker, you can always click here and go to the forums, to the private forums, where you can see all the details on the trade. You can ask questions about it and such, or you can just click right here and actually get the trade details. So all the trade details are there when you want to take them, but better yet, if you want to take the trade, all you need to do is click right here. So this trade had an A+ long and an A+ short. You can see all the levels there. And then this would be the long trade. So you can copy this chart right into TradingView, and you can look at the chart here and see where we're at. And it'll give you an idea of where we're at. Now there's a few other things that we've changed in here. So you can see that right now my trigger entry here is 76065. That's my trigger error. And if we start printing, if we start getting that activation candles, those little yellow arrows, what I'm showing you here is right here, like that's an activation. But what we're looking for is the confirmation candle, the confirmation. And so this is an example of an XRP trade that I did, and I'm going to show you using this new chart. So what you're really looking for is the activation. Because remember, guys, you need to answer these three questions before you ever take a trade. Number one, where am I going to enter? Most people have no idea where the entry is. They're just guessing. Number two, where am I going to exit if the price goes against me? That's my stop loss. Where am I going to get out of the trade if the price goes against me? And number three, where am I going to exit if the price goes for me? And that is your take profit. And that's exactly what you do here, okay? So you enter those trades, you have everything set in place well in advance for your trading so that you're locking in your profits, locking in your gain, and taking the right trades. Now, one of the biggest things is catching the entry of your trade. So, for example, my XRP trade, and I'm going to show you this new feature we call blended entry here. I was able to catch this XRP trade entry right there and went ahead and take profit one. It almost got to take profit two. I could have manually done that. We'll see what happens if I get stopped out. I'm still in profit. Really, really nice trades, but I have longs and shorts going at the same time. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you don't hit your second TP. You can always manually go in and modify that and hit the TP and take profit a little early. We'll see what happens. I like to let these kind of play out, but sometimes I will go ahead and take profit a little early. But the few features that I'm going to show you guys are this. So let's go ahead and show you the updated features. So here's that trade that played out here. Now you're going to see something different. You're going to see there's a limit order 1 and there's a limit order 2 set here now. So you can see the limit orders. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're getting a freebie here. But again, don't take a trade unless you know how to manage the trade as well. So limit order 1 is sitting at 76065, and that's that one. I'm going to put 20% of my value of the trade in there, of the capital of my trade. So I want to be really clear. Remember, in this particular trade, I'm going to risk 1%. See how it says 1%? So let's say I have $10,000 in my account. I'm risking 1% on this trade right here, okay? And so that means if I hit my stop loss, I'll only lose $100, okay? If I hit all three targets, then I'll make, if I went to all just to TP3, I would make $500, okay? But we like to scale our trades out as well, so you can see how much you would make. You'd make $93 in TP1, $105 in TP2 and $135 on TP3. And you can see that reflected here in the chart now. So that's one thing that's changed. So not only can you see the percentages, but you can see how much that you would make on that trade. Okay, so here's the cool thing. When I'm now in my indicator, by the way, this indicator is updated in everybody's charts. You could just refresh. You can either take the indicator off if you have existing charts and refresh, or sometimes there's a little upgrade button. Oh yeah, it's right there, the little purple upgrade button. You can click that and then update the indicator on your page. So let me go ahead and walk you through a few settings and show you what you could do with this and what's a little bit different. So here is the target entry. Let's just say you only wanted to do one target entry. So let's say you didn't want to do limit orders and you just wanted to pick one target entry. Well, you could come in here and put the target entry and put it right there, and you'll see that the chart will change. Okay, give it a second there. So there's my target entry. So you can just target one target entry, and that's perfectly fine. You can choose which target you want to do, whether you want to do limit order 1, limit order 2. But let me just tell you this. You want to get the best entry as possible. Okay, so let me show you on my XRP trade, which is just about ready to get stopped out into profit. But when I originally saw this trade, the first entry was in about right in this area, and the second entry was right down here, right here at the line. And I was able to get a really, really nice bid in there and really get a really nice entry price. You want to get the lowest possible entry price on a long, and you want to get, for a short, you want to get above the box. For a long, you want to get below the box, okay? So you want to get a really, really good entry price on your trade so you can make more money, because that gives you a better risk to reward, and you make more money at the end of the day. And so looking at this, I could say, yeah, let me just go ahead and do that target entry. Or I could come in here, and if you want to go for the limit orders, you need to put 0 in here, and then you can adjust your limit orders wherever they want to be. Let's just say, well, you know what, I want to go even a little further down on this limit order, and let's go catch a little limit order a little bit lower. Now, here's the thing. The reason why many times the limit order will be on the trigger is many times you'll see that confirmation. It'll hit and then just take off. Okay, it'll hit and then just take off, and you'll miss the bulk of the trade. But if you're able to catch at least partial of that trade with 20, 30%, you still make a nice profit. But many times when that confirmation does come, price will go back down into the range. You can catch a better entry, but it doesn't always do that. And so that's why we have that in there, and that gets you a better entry on your trade. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with the recommended. So if I did 70% of my capital here, or 20% on 76065, and then 80% at 75608. This would give me a blended entry of 75699. So that's where my entry price would be, and that'd be a nice entry price into my box. All right, so let's just say the trade played out and I was able to catch, and let's just say in the future that it activate, I get the confirmation, I set my limit orders, and my limit orders fill. Then I can just come in here and say, here's my actual entry price, okay? So let's say my actual entry price was, and I'm just going to say, let's just say they both hit. So I could enter this in here, and you could look at your exchange for the entry price. So I can say 75699, and then my position size right here would be 9,337, about 9,337, and you can look at your exchange to see exactly what your position size would be, and then you click OK, and then you can see that your entry has changed to there. And then what I always like to do, everybody, is I like to come in here and say that my trade is active. So once my limit orders have set, my trade is active, it's in place, and there we go. Now, obviously, this trade actually hasn't played out yet. It hasn't even hit it hasn't hit any activations, and it hasn't hit any confirmations. And this is an A+ trade, and I'm waiting for the actual confirmation. Like I did on this XRP trade, I waited for the confirmation. That's when I put my limit orders in. My limit orders filled, and I got a really, really nice entry price. And yeah, it hit TP1. It's about to hit, it looked like maybe it'll hit TP2. It's very possible we're going to get stopped out here, but you never know. You go back up here in a little bit. A lot of it's going to depend on Bitcoin. So that is an exciting new feature inside the trade tracker. So when you guys get a new trade alert, you're going to start seeing this change in here, where you're going to see the different levels in here. Let me show you guys again. I'll open this up again. So if you guys, I'll copy the trade plan chart so you guys can see that again. You're going to get the two entry prices. Now it's up to you what you want to do. You have complete control over those entry prices. But I would recommend that you still stick with the game plan and go for the confirmation. So scalp trades, you can go off of the activation. That's the yellow activation. Confirmation is the green check mark. Actually, I'm going to show you guys something kind of cool. I'm putting in some slides together for a new presentation that I'm going to do next week. So I thought, hey, why don't I do it right now? But for those of you that are new to the program, or if you happen to come across this YouTube video, what is the gate trading strategy? Well, came up with this. Stop chasing market green candles and losing capital to emotional trading. The TCC gate strategy turns crypto into a repeatable, rule-based business by forcing you to trade exclusively alongside high-volume institutional levels with mathematically guaranteed risk to reward parameters. Sounds fancy, right? But it actually works. We developed this in-house with over 20 years of combined trading experience, battle tested with thousands of documented trade plans, proprietary tool that we developed that gives us precise advantage. Documented win rates between 74 to 78%. Let me tell you about win rates, guys. Win rates don't mean jack if you don't know how to manage your trades with proper risk and sizing. And that's exactly what the trade planner is. That's what the trade planner inside your TradingView account does for you. And also you can go to the risk calculator as well. So let me just show you. The gate strategy is waiting for the confirmation on a A+ trade. So for example, Hype got us the confirmation. That's when you place your orders. Hype went in to do like a 17%. Okay, crazy. We called these trades out in advance. This is what you're looking for, guys. As the price comes down to the box, it's the mysterious box. It's actually not mysterious at all. There's certain rhymes and reasons why this box is there. It has to do with all kinds of things involving TA, support and resistance. We're looking for liquidity levels. There's about 25 factors that come into play with these boxes that we've developed in our strategy. Once you get the confirmation, then you place your orders. Your orders are in place, and then price could go up, has a high probability of going up. And the reason we call it the gate strategy is, well, for this reason. It's like a farmer. Farmers have fields, and along those fields there are fence lines. Okay, those are the boxes, and the animals, the cow is freely going through the fence line, up and down and up and down and up and down the fence line, up and down. There's another gate. It's just going through the gates and going through the gates, going through the fence lines, going through these gates, back and forth and back and forth. And then suddenly a confirmation candle comes up. It means the farmer is getting tired of these animals going through the gate, and he's going to lock the gate. So this confirmation candle comes up that he is getting ready to lock that gate. And once that confirmation happens, that gate's going to lock. The farmer locks the gate, and the animals cannot get back through down the gate. So what do? They go up, and they go up to the next fence line. So that is the gate strategy, guys. We have about a 74 to 78% documented win rate. You guys can see this. Farmer locks the gate. We get the confirmation. Price, high percentage-wise, is going to go up or will go down in a short trade. So again, confirmations make you rich. I can't guarantee that you're going to get rich, but I could say without a shadow of a doubt that you can look at our trade statistics and records for this, that a confirmation gate is going to give you a high probability winner, about 74 to 78% win rate on that, and we do those inside of our trades. All right, guys, so you guys got a little bit of our next presentation, but I hope that was able to explain that a little bit for everybody. And if you're managing your trades, if you're managing your risk, you can do extremely well with this. And if you're not taking the gate strategy, guys, take the strategy, guys, because it is amazing. You can get your trades set up in advance, and while you're sleeping at night, your trades can play out. They can launch, they can take profit. You can lock your profits in. So here's that XRP trade. And if I get locked out, I'm still going to make $368. But I got a really, really good entry on that trade. And I think there's a high probability that we will still continue up into some of these targets. So it doesn't always work out, but you're locking your profits in along the way, which means it's a risk-free trade. Alrighty, guys, there's so much more to this. We're really, really excited. This is going to be the AMA for today. If you guys have any additional questions, post them down below in the forums. This is Joel with the Crypto Code. If you're brand new and you don't know, you just stumbled across this channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go to the description, get on our newsletter, because YouTube has changed the way that they recommend videos to you, and you want to make sure you get all of our videos. And then also you can register for a workshop and check out what we're doing with the gate strategy. New workshop is coming out. I'm hoping next week that we'll do the first one. We'll see on that. I'm aiming for it next week. This is Joel with the Crypto Code. As always, take massive action in your life and anything you do. See you guys in the members area, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, if you liked that video, there's another one right here. You can click on it and learn more about what we do. Also, you can go down in the description of this video, get a free risk calculator. You can check out our workshop. You can check out all the resources here at the Crypto Code. If you want content that's going to teach you how to finally be profitable in crypto, trading, investing, hit the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and we'll see you guys in the video. And if you have questions, comment down below. We answer every single one. Take care, guys.